Thank you. Oh, listen, y'all know I told y'all, I'm a Sagittarius, but my other sign is a Cancer, so y'all about to have me in my feelings. All the love that y'all sharing, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'm sending all that back to you. So just like how y'all get to me, I pray that y'all get gifted. Whether or not that's gifted of love, finances, abundance, prosperity, confidence. I'm praying that your day, that somebody reciprocates this energy in the same way. I appreciate you. Listen, I told y'all, listen, let me hurry up and get off of that, because y'all know I be getting choked up. I be for real. I appreciate you. Listen, first and foremost, if nobody told you as of yet today, I love you. If nobody told you as of yet today, I am proud of you. You're going to continue to achieve anything you set out to do. You understand me? Also, you already know, I do have to give you that brief disclaimer. I only want you to take what resonates, and I want you to leave the rest behind, all right? I don't want you trying to force certain scenarios for you. If you don't get your confirmation through me, I guarantee you're going to get it through somebody else, so be patient with your process. Also, y'all already know, my voice too raspy to be whispering, all right? So this about the time that you probably want to go ahead and hit that volume. Before we get started, I want to thank you so much for all y'all's love, your likes, shares, subscribes, kind words, not only to myself, but each other too. I appreciate all of y'all who have been liking, who have been gifting, because I don't always get to pause in the middle of the message in order to acknowledge what you do. So I appreciate you so much. You understand me? That I promise you, no matter what y'all say, because I see some of you talking about, wow, I wish I could gift you. Your presence, your kind words. You understand me? Just the fact that you sharing certain messages with other people who need to hear it, that's that gift that keeps on giving. So I appreciate you, all right? Never feel pressure. The fact that if you have it, some of y'all don't even have it, and you still willing to share it. So I appreciate you. You understand me? You're going to have an abundant week. You're going to have a prosperous year. You're going to be focused. You're going to have your confidence is coming back. See, we're going to talk about it, chosen ones. See, I want you to realize what's happening right now, right? You're getting further away from other individuals, but you're getting closer to yourself, right? So you're starting to realize that certain individuals that you crossed past, that was a lesson that needed to be learned. See, some of you was trying to take the lesson with you. Some of you was confusing it in a sense, and I'm gonna explain it to you. See, some of you didn't got crossed by certain people. Certain people was belittling you. Certain people made you feel less of you. Some people had you doubting you. Some people had you again living based upon the blueprint that they had set for you. So now you stop taking it personal. See, before you would question why this person did what they did to you, why they didn't accept you, why they looked over you. Whole time you starting to realize that was God looking out for you. See, chosen ones, the closer that you get to yourself, the further away that you get from those people who presented those lessons. So you have to realize God wants you to learn from certain things that you went through. And a lot of the times it's just for you to remain confident about you. See, God will give you a quick glimpse of certain things that you're going to get. See, he told you that you're going to be prosperous at this business way before you even started it. See, other people didn't have that vision as you. Other people didn't believe that you would be able to provide for you. Other people didn't believe that you'll be able to pay certain bills, be prosperous while you pursuing your purpose in a sense. See, God showed you a quick glimpse, and he told you what's to be expected, but it's up to you to stay focused on it. Now, what do I mean, chosen ones? See, God told you you was going to have love. You ain't believe it. Because everybody that you was around, you may not have achieved it. See, you didn't even know what love was. See, everybody has different forms of showing love based upon what they went through. Some people feel like if they buy you certain things, oh, that's them showing love to you. So you had certain partners that was paying the bills, but they wasn't contributing no affection to you. You wasn't feeling protected by this individual. Yes, certain things were getting provided, but there's other things that was being neglected as well. See, some of you felt like love was somebody being able to financially provide for you based upon certain things that your people told you. But now you starting to see it well, right? You seeing it clearer. Some of you felt like love was somebody sacrificing everything pertaining to you. But a lot of you didn't even realize that you was requiring the person that you was with to sacrifice their truth just to be with you. See, I want you to realize, chosen ones, you starting to see certain things clearer. Again, the lesson is to be learned. You're supposed to carry that information, that insight over. But some of you was trying to take the person who presented that lesson to you with you, and that's over. You understand me? See, I want you to realize some of you may have been experiencing where you may not be able to remember anything. See, when you go to think back about the person that you used to be connected with, you may not even be able to put the image of their face in your head. Some of you try to remember names from people who played games, and you just keep snapping and keep snapping because you can't even remember them. Why? Because it wasn't about the person in the first place. It was the lesson that came with them. See, you starting to forget all about that person. You starting to forget about, again, who it was that did what they did to you. And now you starting to remember the message that God relayed to you. Why you was even supposed to go through what you went through. Now you realizing that everything was working on behalf of you. See, certain people you thought looked away, or they was looking over you. Again, I told you God was looking out for you. See, I want you to think of that game, right? So you know how they had that little street game where they have a marble or they have a little piece and they say, listen, they got a cap over it. It usually comes in the form of 3, right? So they like, listen, and again, if you know the name of the game, you know what I'm talking about, but let's talk, right? You know that game where they like, look at this. Now, they moving it, they shuffling it, but you gotta remember exactly where that piece is. See, I want you to realize, chosen ones, God did the same thing to you. God showed you a quick glimpse of what he had for you. Success, happiness, abundance. He wanted you to stay focused on that. See, not allow outside distractions. So that's that people in the background saying ooh and ah. That's that people in the background trying to tell you to go over there, go over here. Oh, that piece is over there. Whole time you seeing certain things clear. See, chosen ones, God is out here shuffling certain things. And he wants you to stay focused on that picture. So why do you feel like when you try to have a peace of mind, or again, you like, damn, you just want time to yourself? See, parents, let's talk, right? Some of you never have a peace or a moment to your time, a minute, an hour, so on and so forth, right? So what is God teaching you? God is asking you, can you find your peace in the middle of chaos? Can you find your peace in the middle of chaos? Can you find your silence? Can you find your serenity? You understand me? In the vicinity that you in. See, chosen ones, you had to realize that a lot of the times you was out here looking in various directions. You was all over the place, getting your energy pulled from here, getting your energy pulled from there. Now you starting to see certain things clear. You focused on what God told you. God's like, nah, don't listen to them. You listen to me, what I tell you. See, your family going to tell you that you a failure. Oh, nah, you can't sit there and jump out there on your own. They going to tell you that, again, you have to depend on certain ways that they did. Now, excuse me, because I see a fly in here, and you know I don't like that. Had to get that out of there real quick. But chosen ones, I want you to realize you're starting to see certain things clearer. You understand me? Not only that, some of you may have had a flashback. What do I mean? See, you know how they say your life flashes before your eyes when you come to that ending? See, now, let's say this. Some of you are experiencing, there's 2 ways that you're experiencing this. Some of you are experiencing where everybody from your past is starting to flash before your eyes. You start thinking about so-and-so, 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 right? People that you ain't even talked to in a long time. See, this could be friends. These could be positions that you used to work in, so on and so forth. Your life is flashing before your eyes because you got a new beginning. You starting to end certain things that you went through. You starting to end that toxic cycle. You starting to end sacrificing your happiness for other individuals. You understand me? See, chosen ones, I want you to realize things are starting to be seen very clearly, but you guys stay focused. You also had to let go of your control when it comes to it. You understand me? See, it's so easy for people to say to let things go, not worry. You like, man, say that to my landlord. Say that to the electric company. Say that to them car people, so on and so forth. See, you got to know when to let go, chosen ones. That's why, that's the biggest test of your life. One, patience, not reacting, as well as accepting and embracing. See, we going to talk. A lot of you chosen ones, throughout your life, you've been the type to react. People pick on you. And again, when you go to tell people what they doing to you, because they don't see the people while they moving like that, they didn't believe you. See, there's some individuals, again, they blamed everything on you, but outside of when you wasn't around them, all of a sudden they was still experiencing what they was experiencing, so the truth got revealed. See, there's certain people that blamed you for certain circumstances that they was going through. Whole time it was them. They needed to heal. See, chosen ones, I want you to realize people are getting presented to present a lesson. Not for you to, again, try to force them to go with you. Not for you to force them to think like you. For you to get the blues clues, in a sense, to see exactly what you're supposed to do. You got to let go of control. When I say let go of control, you cannot stress. You just got to play your position as God starts to present your blessings. What do I mean? See, some of you out there stressing about how you going to pay your bills. See, the first is coming up quickly, right? See, you done did everything that you felt like you can do. You working. You may feel like the finances ain't going to be enough. You could sit there and ask somebody and they said that they ain't have it to help. There's certain things that you was stressing about, but you done did everything that you can do. You done applied to certain loans. You tried to apply to certain other jobs, whatever the case may be. See, what if I told you God already had it worked out, but you had to believe it? See, I'm telling you, when you let go of control, things will start moving smoother for you. Think about how somebody tell you you got it clean and you feeling a certain type of way about it. Like, man, I'm not trying to hear that shit. You talking about you feel a certain type of way about it, right? But when you freely get to do what you want to do, and then you got that mood where you want to clean, you clean, right? But then as soon as somebody come in, what do? They try to talk. Yeah, I thought you better do that. Or yeah, you need to do this too. You start to not want to do it, right? See, chosen ones, what I'm saying to you is this. You have to let go of your control. You have to allow God to guide you, and you have to believe it. All you have to do is put yourself in position to receive it. See, you do whatever you can do, and God is going to make up for that area that you lacking. So again, you done got yourself this far. God is going to take over. He's going to carry you the rest of the way, but you got to believe it. You got to know that you can achieve it, and you got to stop stressing. You got to be willing to let everything go in order to obtain your blessings. See, you know, in the Bible, when we heard certain scriptures about so-and-so sacrificing, and they said, oh, well, God was going to have so-and-so sacrifice his son when he carried him up that hill, right? See, let's talk. There's certain people that be sacrificing people for real on that black magic tip, right? And there's certain atheists that'll say, oh, well, God had people sacrifice people too. That's not the same thing. See, God wanted to see what that person was willing to do. If God wanted to see if that person was willing to let go of everything that they was connected to. God wanted to see, it wasn't about that person sacrificing a child or their son. See, what does the word sacrifice mean? Giving up something for something else, right? So they sat there, God said, I want you to put up your most prized possession, the thing that has you feel most prosperous about. So they assumed that they would have to physically take their child out. Whole time God just wanted to see what they was willing to do. Are you willing to give up certain things in order to obtain what he had for you? See, nowhere, God never was going to have them sacrifice their child physically. He just wanted to see mentally if there's certain things that he didn't understand. Was he willing to go and allow God to answer them? See, I want you to realize, chosen ones, a lot of the times you holding yourself back. Certain things that you're supposed to be obtaining. The reason why you in lack is because you holding on to something that's hurting you. You holding on to that person that you feel is providing for you. Whole time you ain't even realized that God has something slick for you. Whole time you out here thinking about what could have, what can happen. You thinking about the negative perspective of it. Whole time God's letting you know that he got something for you, but you're going to have to let go of it, see, chosen ones. I promise you. I understand you scared of the unknown. But that's what your purpose is. That's what position you supposed to play. See, chosen ones, we the light. So therefore, you the line leaders in a sense. God has you be the person who's leading the way. See, when I say that, chosen ones, I want you to think of how a teacher does. A teacher assigns somebody who's listening, somebody who's doing their work, somebody who's very attentive, somebody that they don't have to repeatedly ask them, right? So they choose the line leader. See, some of you was selected as a line leader too. I know when I was in my youth, shit, I used to be proud of it, right? The same thing pertaining to your life as well. God selected you as the line leader. That means you have to lead other individuals. That means, again, you listening to your teacher in a sense. You following God, which is your teacher who's instructing you to that destination. But you leading your peers with you. You that light in a sense. So there's going to be times where it's dark. But you have to take that risk. You the only person who has that light. So think of if it's dark and somebody got a flashlight. You're not going to let the person with the flashlight be in the back of the line. You're going to have them leading, right? So everybody else can see what's going on. See, chosen ones. You have to realize that at times God has you go into the darkness. Why? Because you are the light. Sometimes you see problems all around you because you're the solution. You understand me? So therefore, sometimes you have to go into the area of the unknown in order for certain things to be completed. See, the people behind you is dependent on you. Certain people that you don't even know are looking up to you. You understand me? You have to be able to play your position. So again, although you may be going into there in the dark, you got your senses. See, I want you to think of a room, right, that you're familiar with now. Again, let's talk about childhood. When I was little, I used to turn the lights off on purpose. I ain't realized why I did what I did, but now I do. When I was younger, I used to turn off the light on purpose just to see if I could memorize my way around the room. See, sometimes I would run into some shit, bump my foot up, bump my head, whatever the case may be. See, other times I could pick up that something was right there in front of me. So I started feeling it out, realized where I was at, and went ahead about my business and was able to get to that light switch, right? See, chosen ones, the same thing happens pertaining to you. God is seeing, are you allowing your experiences, the red flags that you're seeing, the signs and synchronicities that he's showing you, are you allowing that to allow you to fill out the situation, to see exactly what's coming towards you? Are you allowing your light to shine bright so everybody else can see? Are you scared, or are you going to trust God because you got that personal GPS inside you? That's that intuition. That means just like a GPS in that car. See, your car is your vessel, is your vehicle, right? Your body is your vessel, your vehicle, right? So what does that mean? God put certain things inside of you so you can see certain things clearly. That's that personal GPS. So he going to tell you signs and synchronicities to look out for. Yeah, that person acting different. Bust this left. Oh, nah, there's a storm ahead. There's delays ahead. You need to stay away from there. Oh, this is ahead. You got this time period before you get to it, so on and so forth. God's been doing that for you too, but you ain't been paying attention. You allowing the person that you allowed in the vehicle with you, meaning certain friends that you have connected to you, certain lovers, mothers, brothers, sisters, cousins, pastors, friends, whatever the case may be. You taking their advice on where you should go. They talking about they have a shortcut, but they ain't seeing certain things clearly. See, they telling you what you should go, areas that you should move to. Whole time God's like, nah, don't listen to them. I'm showing you what's sitting there gonna get presented before you. See, you gotta pay attention to God. You out here trying to allow that person who's riding to dictate where you go. See, some of them people you got put out because one, they ain't put in. So therefore, if it was up to them, y'all would be riding on fumes in a sense. Two, they out here dictating. They trying to change the radio station. You trying to hear certain shit, see what the GPS was saying. They distracting you. Every time you get a good flow going, they gonna stop you, tell you to hit this pit stop so they can do what they want to do, or they gonna mess around and try to invite other individuals with them too. See, chosen one, who you letting in your vehicle? Huh? Who are you letting ride with you? People who didn't put in, or people that, again, are heading in the same direction as you? They was prepared to go on their trip individually, but the fact that they align with you. So I want you to think how they have those carpools, how you got to go to this same location and they do too, where they have to figure out how they going to pay for their way, and you do too. So therefore, again, y'all go in the same location, y'all both prepared, so now y'all can split that. Now you ain't got to put in as much work. You understand me? See, chosen one, that's what's about to happen. You aligning with individuals who are properly prepared for the positions that they hidden in. Individuals who, again, have a sense of independencies, so therefore they not going to be somebody that they have to always be dependent on you. These are not people that have no direction, sense of direction. They don't know what they hidden. They don't know what they want to do. They don't know. They're going to be properly equipped just like you, because they going to know which move to make because they listen to God just like you. See, they got that personal GPS, that intuition within them too. They got that insight. They was listening. They prepared. When God told them not to go in that area, they stayed clear. See, chosen ones. You've been trying to carry certain individuals with you that didn't deserve it. They've been hitchhiking, in a sense, going from one location to the next location, didn't put into nothing, just getting that free ride. See, there comes risk with that shit, so therefore be cautious of who you letting inside. See, just like you wouldn't just let anybody side of the road, hands up, fingers up, asking can they go, just like you wouldn't let them in, the same pertaining to your energy too. Who are you allowing to have access to you? Some people are not allowed to go. Some people, you allow them inside that vehicle, you going to run a risk and jeopardizing everybody who's safely in that shit. See, chosen ones, you got to be cautious. You got to think like a boss on your CEO shit. See, you talking about you could work at Burger King right now. You could work at a retail store. You could work at, and you thinking like you don't have you shouldn't represent yourself. So just like businesses say, nah, don't put our name out there if you talking crazy, because you got to represent us, right? You got to represent pertaining to you well also. So you got to think like a boss. You got to think like a CEO. You don't want people around you ruining your reputation. When outside of your presence, who's going to represent you? Outside of your presence, who's going to speak on behalf of you? Who do you have on your team? What qualities do they have? Or are they just, again, trying to hitchhike towards abundance? Oh, nah, that's why they in lack. See, chosen ones. You had to put yourself on the field. And excuse me, because this wind blowing got the hair. Don't think I'm trying to be cute with it. You heard me. But, chosen ones, I want you to realize this. You understand me? I promise you, you have to stay optimistic. You have to know that God got you. You have to allow God to guide you. You understand me? You can't run the risk listening to people who's on some so-so shit, who's just trying to swindle in order to get ahead. See, there's certain family members, parents too, that are dictating what they feel is safe for you based upon the fact that they going to be getting certain contributions towards it. See, what I mean by that? There's certain family members right now telling you, you need to work at this job. You ain't happy with it. They talking about you need to select this type of partner. So they going to tell you who you should approve of. These people who don't even approve of you being authentically you going to listen to them and see what moves you should make. These people who ain't never took no risk. They done sat there and are living in somebody else's blueprint. These people that wasn't able to balance. See, certain people talking about, oh, they was married for 30 years. You could take their advice. They was married for 30 years, but 5 years was only happiness. You understand me? There's certain people that they parents done put them on with this person. So now they trying to have orchestrated marriage for you two. Oh, nah, that's not how that happens, chosen ones. So when I say you got to think for yourself, you got to think for yourself. When I mean you got to trust what God's telling you, you got to trust what God's telling you. Because these people are going to try to lead you to a location and they don't even know where they going to. They don't even know what's leading them. And that's that fear, that's that manipulation, that's that arrogance, that's that control. So you got to do what makes you happy. And I want you to think about that. Some of you need to really think about what happiness is to you. What is happiness? Not what your mother's example of happiness. Not what your uncles, your cousins that told you gotta be a baller. I'm not talking about that dumb shit that they talking about. I'm talking about what really makes you happy. Some of you don't even know. Some of you don't even know. What is happiness to you? Is it you being healthy? That sounds like happiness. Is it you being able to provide for you? That sounds happy. You being around individuals who truly love you? That sounds like happiness. But some of you don't know what happiness is because you ain't experienced that shit yet. This is just seasons, chosen ones. You understand me? You had to be able to step out there, stand solid. You understand me? You had to, again, get to know yourself. The more that you get to know yourself, the more you're going to forget about everybody else. Everybody that hurt you, lacked you, disrespected you, abused you, used you. The more that you know about yourself is the less that you're going to worry about somebody else. You understand me? You have to know that you are exactly where you're supposed to be. So your circumstances right now could be a little cloudy. You talking about, oh, well, yeah, well, bills is coming up. Cool. You don't know how they going to get paid. Cool. But don't you know that the best things are surprises, right? The best things is unexpected, right? See, you ain't expect to pay that bill, but you was able to, right? You got that extension, which you ain't think that they was going to give to you, right? And out of nowhere, and it wasn't out of nowhere, you know that was God. All of a sudden, what you had was enough. What do I mean? See, you know on Friday, when Smokey's mother gave him like $2 and talk about she wanted a pack of Fugs. Those who don't know what Fugs is, it's cigarettes. You heard me. So she was like, make it enough. See, what I'm trying to tell you is you presented what you had. You did the best that you can, and God's going to match that. So any area that you in lack, he's going to make sure that you got it. You understand me? You just got to give what you got. In areas that you don't have it, you done try to figure out. Sometimes God just says, be still, be patient. Be still. You talking about, well, me being still ain't going to have certain things pay the bill. That's not true. Because I want you to think about when you lost, right? When you lost, what do? You're not going to keep driving because that could get you further away from your destination. You're going to pause for a moment, right? You're going to look around, analyze where you at, see exactly where you're supposed to be in, and pay attention to that map, right? So, chosen ones, the same pertaining to you. Sometimes you just need to chill your ass out and relax. What you can do, do it. What you can't do, God got you. You understand me? See, some of you so scared. Oh, well, y'all got a car, right? You paying a certain car note. You stressing because you barely can pay that car note as well as that insurance, right? You stressing like, God, this car note is this car note is that. Then all of a sudden, what did God tell you? He said, shit, give it back. You like, well, I need a car to get here. I need a car to get there. God's like, listen, I'm trying to tell you, you're going to get that, but you got to give this back so I can give you something slicker. See, you was out there thinking that you need a new car. You was thinking that you had to pay $500 for this. Whole time God said, be patient. He about to present something for you. You understand me? That money now that you was stressing about, when you told him to come take it back, now, in a sense, yeah, you may feel like that impacts your credit, but one thing's for sure, you can bounce back from it. See, some of you may not have had parents like I had. See, I'm going to speak, not my father, but my mother, right? Before I turned 18, I found out when I turned 18 that I had certain things in my name. See, I never had credit before, but my credit seemed to be fucked up. And what do I have to do? I had to build that back up, right? And through experience, you learn you understand the ins and outs, certain things that you're supposed to do. But you stressing about your credit declining, and God's like, listen, your health is declining. You stressing about how you going to pay that shit. Let it go. Let it go. Stop stressing. Let that shit go. That car if you are out here making life decisions about how you don't know how you going to pay that, and you sick, you working nonstop to provide for certain things that you don't even get to embrace or enjoy. You out here paying all that money for a mortgage, paying all that money for a place just to seem like you successful, but you not successful because you struggling to stay where you at. You thinking that everybody's gonna see that car get repossessed, so you no longer drive that car, and you gonna think that they feel like you bad, that you in lack, that you back to the struggle. Whole time you thinking better. You actually elevated. Your circumstances, them finances may seem like they fluctuated. You may feel like because that car had to get taken back that you in lack. Whole time you gained $1 million worth of mentality. You no longer viewing it like that. Now you realizing, damn, the $500 that I was putting out for a car note, I could have been putting into other shit. Things that you was putting off to the side. You understand me? That house that you try pay for to make it seem like you keeping up with the Joneses. You try make it seem like you successful, but you struggling. Whole time, guys, like you don't even need a 5-bedroom spot. You got 1 child, 2 children. That 3-bedroom would do just right. Or there's some of you that had to downgrade because you making that sacrifice. Because you no longer going to stay in situations or people who's providing certain profit, but it's giving up your peace. You no longer settling for certain things. So therefore, you seeing things clearly. So if that means that you got to have a 2-bedroom spot for you and your crew, you got to get bunk beds so everybody got a place to lay their head, but you still able to do the things that you need to do. See, simplicity is key. You understand me? You out here trying to do the most while you getting the less. You doing the most and ain't been sleep, stressing. You paying and working for things that God would have already blessed you with. You understand me? So chosen ones, I want you to look around you right now and see something that you willing to let go. I mean that. I don't want to hear that, oh, well, maybe in a week. No. Oh, maybe in 2 months. Fuck that. I'm not hearing that. So if you want somebody who's going to sit there and talk to you and condone the shit that you do, circumstances that you at, you stressing instead of enjoying your life, you want to work until you 60, 70, 80, and then that last little bit, you still are barely paying your shit. You done sat there and worked for a job. You trying to work for that job 34 years talking about a 401k. Then when you in your 80s, the government gonna play with your money, so you still gonna be struggling to stay where you stay. Whereas you waiting for somebody to see, we gonna talk. Thank you, God, because I see what you trying to say. Chosen ones, there's some of you that are so used to living your life based upon what other people tell you to. In school, they told you, you got to do this, do that. You didn't realize that you're supposed to use what you learned to apply to your personal circumstances. You try to live like they told you to do. Do this job, do this job. That don't make no happiness to you. Not only that, chosen ones, you living based upon what your people told you to do too. How does that work? So then all of a sudden, now you 80, you depending on the government to figure out what you should do. So if you're somebody that's always going based upon other people's opinions, what they recommendations is, what their opinion is, what they feel like you should be doing, then now you're going to be 80. And instead of early on in your 30s or your 40s, taking that money out of your 401k and buying a house, buying some land. See, I'm trying to tell you, instead you're going to make it up for them to break down what you need. So if you barely getting by now and you're working and have the ability to move around, when you finally older and you can't do all of those things now, you're going to be waiting for them to evenly distribute your shit. It's not going to happen. Because one thing about it, chosen ones, I don't know if you know this, but even pertaining to your 401k, right? I want you to realize that there's an agreement that you had, and you can look this up, that if the government feels that they got to hold your funds, if something happens where they need your funds for other shit, your funds is not going to be available for you to have. And that's something that you're going to have to deal with. So instead of waiting for everybody else to dictate how you should live, you could take a stack right now and buy a plot of land. You could use $500 right now to buy a little lot. You could sit there and look. You could pay $200,000 for a house that has all these rooms that you don't use just to seem like you got it like that. Or you could sit there and buy shit. These trailers. I'm trying to tell you, listen, without telling you what I'm doing, I'm going to tell you what I'm doing. I've been looking. Every opportunity that I get, money to the side for this land, because I already told y'all, when my children turn 18, oh, they graduating and going to have their own location. But let me tell you, something that's simple. Tax time's about to come. You take $500 for this, put in for some land. You can buy a trailer for $22,000, a 3-bedroom trailer that looks like a house. Not no rinky-dink shit that you see, not no 8 Mile shit. I'm talking about a trailer that looks like a house, big, abundant. That's $22,000. You paying damn near 10 stacks for a place right now. So therefore, in 2 years, you could have that whole crib paid off on your land where you ain't got to pay nobody else. Instead of $100,000, you could take $40,000 and get a tiny home. You can buy multiple locations. That, man, listen, chosen ones, you're going to have to get with individuals who are like-minded like you. I'm trying to tell you. You got to know that. You understand me? And some of you who don't have kids, there's no excuse on why you're not doing the things that you feeling called and drawn to do. Now, some of you had to be cautious because of your kids. You got to make sure that you have everything aligned for them. But chosen ones, you out here letting people dictate how you live the whole time you can come up with it. You understand? You had the answers. You heard me. You talking about what you can do, what can you do? You talking about your credit's fucked up right now. It takes 6 months for that shit to turn around. You got it. You heard me. You acting like you could get, a secured credit card where you done sat there and put $200 up. Now, you know you can't go past that $200 limit. So there's no excuses on why you're not working on you, why you're not obtaining the things that you seeking out to do. You trying to do it big. Big is not always better. You heard me. Come on now, chosen ones. You out here trying to keep up with the Joneses and you're not even keeping up with yourself. You working every day for a house that you can't even enjoy. You working every day for people to say that you successful. You working at that job for a year, for 2 years, just because other people said that you was all over the place. You ain't happy there. You could have took that year to invest in yourself. And you, man, listen. I always tell you, God tells me to be transparent, so this is what I'm going to do. See, I don't like that. I'm going to correct you, chosen one. You talking about you can't get a job. That's not true. Even if you got a background. I was an adjudicator. I was a person who processed backgrounds, criminal backgrounds, to tell people that they can get a job. So you talking about you can't get a job, there's ways around it. You just not applying yourself. You done applied to a job, you say you ain't get a call back, so you gonna stop? Had they called you back and that not been a job that was aligning your path, then you would have sat there and been in the same position again in a few weeks. Because that's a job that you had to give up your piece, so you would have said deuce to it, and you wouldn't have had profit coming in. So chosen, cut that shit out. I'm not trying to hear that. I told y'all this all the time. If you're going to talk down upon yourself, I'm not the one to talk to. Because I'm not about to let you limit you. I'm not about to let your people tell you what you can and cannot do. I'm not about to let you sit there and talk that shit upon yourself when you got everybody else speaking down upon you. And you going to talk about yourself like that too. Everybody else telling you what you can't do. And you ain't turning around and tell yourself that you can do it yet. You allowing those people to project you and mold you into who they are too. Fuck out of here. I'm not letting you do that. I'm not letting you do that. What you think this is? I'm not letting you do that. You come up with solutions for everybody else's problems, but when it comes to you, you acting like it's overwhelming. Man, I'm not playing with you. I told you that. I'm not playing with you. I'm not hearing that shit. You not no victim, you a survivor. You know how to you told so-and-so how to get out that fucked up relationship. But how you can't see the same storm that they was in that your ass is currently facing? You told so-and-so how to, apply to that job. Look up certain places that can give you a ride or talk. Some of y'all's ego was the reason why your ass ain't moving or progressing. Because you got that lack mentality. You got that entitlement. You don't want to do no action, but you want shit to get presented. How that work? How that job gonna call you back if you ain't apply for that shit? How you gonna get there if you ain't even try? You talking about just because you know that you ain't got no card, don't mean that your ass can't find that ride. See, I'm not trying to hear that. Sometimes you're in the maze. So you're in, not the maze. we already know the matrix. But as far as that maze, think of when you in that corn maze, that haunted maze, whatever the case may be. You in that damn maze and you can't see certain things clearly. You just gotta go with it. Pay attention. Like, I think the exit's over here. But if you stepped out of that maze and you standing over it, you start to see certain things clear. See, some of you are looking at circumstances that you going through and thinking the worst of you, but you're going to be the same person to turn around and brag about what you went through and how you overcame it as soon as you do. There's some of you right now that's praising about certain things that you had that you once thought that you was in lack. See, now y'all bragging about how, yeah, remember when we started off on that air mattress? Now we got this king size bed. Oh, but when you was on that air mattress, you was thinking less about yourself then. But now all of a sudden you are out of it. Now you still bragging about those circumstances that you once hated that you was in. I ain't trying to hear that shit. There's some of you chosen ones that you out here was upset about that car that stayed with the check engine light, that little putt-putt. Now you bragging like, yo, remember when the car fucked up and you had to push it? Remember when that shit was ticking? Remember when that muffler was fucked up and that shit was roaring and you could hear us coming? See? How come when you was in that situation, you was talking that shit? But now that you out of it, you bragging about them circumstances that you once was in and you overcame them. See, you never gonna be in this position again. You talking about you ain't got no place? Alright, cool. It's not cool, but cool. What you gonna do? What you gonna do about it? Huh? Because some of y'all don't got a place because y'all paying for other people to stay with them. You paying they rent in a sense. You living with your mother who every time you get paid, she take your whole check. Leave you with scraps, but still has enough nerve to talk shit. Talk about you need to find a crib, but every time you get paid, you give it to them. See, some of you giving your blessings to other individuals, but you gonna sit there and talk about you lacking when you give it to those people who ain't even doing certain shit to have it. See? I'm not trying to hear that. Are you investing in you? Huh? Not trying to hear that, chosen ones. I see somebody. You say you living in your vehicle right now. Let me tell you, beautiful. I know them circumstances seem fucked up right now, but I promise you, you about to be so proud of yourself. See, not only that, you got to think a positive aspect of it. So let's use this situation as an example, right? So right now, you living in your car. Now, I want you to think, right? You know how there's certain individuals that voluntarily. See, what's the difference? One, you don't want to be in this position, but if you chose to be, it would be different, right? So, let's say this. There's some people right now that's living in the RV. That's the life that they chose, right? They living in a vehicle too. But that's the life that they chose, so it's similar to you, right? You don't have a place that you got to pay for rent right now. You do have to pay for gas, but you have a roof in a sense over your head, right? So I would think about this optimistic. Like, damn, so I don't got to pay rent. So I can work because you can get jobs without not having an address. You understand? So now you thinking like, yeah, now I'm working, building this, saving this money. You about to have your spot. But the difference is, don't think about this as it's the worst thing. You understand me? What's the difference between you and somebody who says, packs up one day, say, man, I want to convert this van into a house and I want to travel when I do it? It's the mentality. You understand me? I'm telling you, you're going to be so proud of you because you ain't have nobody to depend on. You ain't had nobody that can help you out. You ain't had no mother that says, I got extra money to put you in the house. You ain't had no father that said, I can fund your future. You ain't have no friends that can do something slick for you. They may be building themselves up right now. You understand me? So the fact that you are going through what you going through, and I promise you, I put this on everything, you about to be very successful, beautiful. You're going to be so proud of yourself that you built yourself up, and when you get there, you're going to stay there. You understand me? See, this is a lesson to be learned because at times you doubted you. At times you was there for other individuals, but you wasn't there for you. You wasn't paying attention to you. You wasn't acknowledging you. You wasn't thinking about your well-being. You was thinking about other individuals that you was connected to. So now God isolated you so only you could look out for you. Only you had the ability to bring you out of what you're going through. And you're going to find the confidence. You're going to realize in the end, all you had to do was rely on God and go within. You are good. I promise you. You hear me? So I want you to think about this, because I gave y'all an example before. When I was younger, my electric used to stay getting cut off, right? My mother's electric used to stay getting cut off. So what did we do? We built forts in that dark ass living room. We act like we was camping. We had coolers with cold items, making damn sandwiches. We had flashlights, acting like we camping, because in our living room it looked like it was night. You understand me? So certain things that I was going through, I made the best of it. You're imagining. You gotta imagine. You heard me? Imagination is key. You gotta imagine yourself and see certain things clearly. So if you start viewing it like you camping, you wouldn't be thinking as negative about your circumstances, right? All right. If you started viewing things like, okay, well, this is just part of the story. This is a whole chapter. You heard me? Your story would have been small as shit, thin as shit. As soon as the beginning, it would have been to the end. But because you got chapter book. You got chapters. That means everything that you're going through is part of that chapter. So think about where you started, what came next. You have the opportunity to write in the next thing that you want to do. See, I can tell you this again. Every time I move, what do? I throw everything away in the crib. Everything. Only thing I take is clothes. You understand me? Because you can wash and clear out the energy pertaining to them. But everything in my house, when I move, I don't take nothing with me. You heard me? So, starting over again. People could, again, I get excited because I'm like, man, listen, I get to transform every room again. I get to start, when they say started from the bottom, now we here. Chosen ones. Again, God, thank you, because God told me to relate, and I'm going to relay this to you. Chosen ones. I done been there. Depending on other individuals, sit there and had an agreement with my partner. Okay, well, I'll worry about the household. They wanted me to make sure I got the kids. They was going to work all the time, take care of certain bills, right? See, it was a power dynamic. I didn't feel good because I didn't feel like I was fulfilled. I wasn't doing my purpose. I wasn't pursuing my passion. I was just settling for certain circumstances. Yes, there was a sense of stability, but every opportunity I got, I was trying to apply to a job. I was trying to balance out my children's schedule with the schedule to this job. It never worked out, right? Every time I got good-ass jobs, I'll be there for a few months. Then the schedule changed up, and I'm like, well, I got to be home to get my children off the bus, so that's not going to work out, so I had to give it up. So many jobs I had to do that, where I get hired, my children's father's like, well, his job, it was non-negotiable. It wasn't no, hey, well, maybe you can change your hours. No, it wasn't that. So I had to be the one to adjust and adapt. See, I didn't realize that God was allowing me to be in that situation, because since I was younger, I was always working, always having to figure certain things out. God was like, chill, I got somebody else to take care of you right now. But I wasn't trying to hear that, because I knew what I had the ability to do. I felt unfulfilled depending on other individuals. See, I also seen the power aspect in it too, because I had to almost be that yes man or walk on eggshells in order for that person to provide certain things that come through. See, even when we wasn't dating and he was still taking care of certain things, see, I couldn't even be interested in dating, because I felt like if he seen me dating, he would no longer pay for certain things. See, chosen ones, I got myself up out of that. See, I went from never being able to stay in the job that I got in, and I'm telling you, my job was booming. I ain't never had no little ass job. Always big ass positions, right? Chosen one. I can say this now. God told me to open my business. Went ahead and get my license for my business before I even knew what I was supposed to be doing. God said, do it. I listened. I'm like, all right, God. God said, I'm going to have you do what you always done in order to have profit coming in. I'm like, what you mean? He like, yeah, you a prophetess. You supposed to speak what I tell you. You supposed to speak what you seek. You supposed to tell these people and get them closer to me. I'm like, true. So everything that I've always done for free, God now told me that's your purpose. I'm going to have profit coming through. See, at first I'm like, nah, I ain't going to get paid for something pertaining to God. I ain't about to get paid for this, and this is something naturally that you gave to me. God was like, listen, that's why I naturally gave it to you, because that's where you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be playing that position for me. I'm trying to pay you to do the work that I need you to do. I'm like, true. So I got in that position and chosen ones. When I tell you, when I first started, again, it was so hard to get one reading. It was so hard to get people to trust this. Because again, my people who were so used to me doing it for them, they didn't want to pay for it. Other people looked at it a certain type of way. Oh, well, you a prophetess. They say that that's a psychic, somebody who can connect to the living in the you understand, so on and so forth. So it took a little momentum. God said, nah, pay attention. When I tell you now, I'm getting paid for my business on work that I just do myself, that I'm the person who gives them the reading, the coaching sessions. I'm the one at the shows playing a certain thing, all of these things. When I tell you I get paid more than I did when I was working for somebody else's shit, that God sat there and told me that if you in your purpose, the profits the last to come, but I want to see that you're going to stay in it and do what needs to be done. When I tell you that your biggest test is to keep on going and keep your eyes on that prize, that no matter how many things shuffle around, you got to remember where it's at, that God told you that this is your path. God told you that this is what you're supposed. Man, I'm trying to tell you, chosen ones. Oh, what a difference a year will make. You heard me. So now I'm filing taxes on my own business, getting money back that I didn't get before. Now I no longer had to adhere to other people's schedules. I no longer have to beg this person to change their schedule around. I was no longer dependent on that person. I was able to move out of state to my own place in my own name, put my own money down. You heard me. I'm trying to tell you. All because when people told me I couldn't do it, I ain't listen. I listened to God when he told me I could. I ain't listening to you tell me it could never happen. I listened to God said it's happening now. I ain't listening to you saying, oh, that most like, nah. I ain't listening to you tell me what I can and cannot do when God told me I got to go ahead, that I just got to stay focused. When he tell me to move, I move, and I don't question him. See, chosen ones, I'm telling you, you got to start somewhere. If you start now, you're going to see yourself. Everything's going to get worked out. You heard me. No matter where your first crib is, that's your shit. No matter who you got to let go, you got to believe it. See, I'm telling you, I was living for other individuals too. I was out here acting like I was in a relationship with my child's father just to accommodate other individuals. I was out there trying to play that household when I really wasn't feeling it. I again played that family dynamic based upon the circumstances that I was in. Then I had to realize I would be doing the same thing that my mother did. I would have been settling just to be with somebody because I had a kid with them, or because they could provide something for me or for me. Oh nah, I don't want you to do it. I'll do the work. I don't want you're gonna feel so much better when you built it up yourself. You understand me? You got this. I promise you. You doubting you and you don't. Chosen ones. You got everything that you need. You just gotta believe it. I done been there. Settling. I done been there. Settling. I done been there. Scraping. I done been there at times that I didn't even know how I was gonna pay shit. God did though. God said, yo, I need you to make this move. I made it. And guess what he did? Rewarded me double, triple, so on and so forth. All because I did what he asked me to do. That's almost like somebody telling you, hey, if you go to this place, they going to give you free food. And you like, oh, nah, I don't need that, because you thinking about what they got or who's there. All of a sudden, you come back and so-and-so got all this new gear, got food, technology, a device, all this different shit. And you like, hey, yo, where you get that? They like, oh, yeah, it was at this place. They like, oh, what you had to do to get it? Show up. That's it. God just says show up. That's all you got to do. Show up, chosen ones. You talking about where you want to be, but you not moving nowhere. You talking about you don't want to be stuck in this household, but you ain't even look at other house. You talking about you want a job. Man, I'm trying to tell you. What you doing? Because you talking about, oh, God's taking too long. God's taking too long, but you ain't do shit. You ain't meet him halfway. I always give you this example. It's like somebody on Thanksgiving. They feeling a certain type of way because the food ain't done yet. But you ain't bring no plate, no platter, no nothing. You ain't even bring no damn anything. But you out here complaining because the food ain't ready yet. But it would have been ready had everybody played a position and contributed something. Some of you out here voiding certain things, talking about, I'll never do this, I'll never do that. And that same thing that you talking about you'll never do is the main thing that needs to be done. See, cut that shit out. You hear me? You talking about, God, I want to be aligned with my true partner, but you ain't even outside, parlay. You ain't even socializing. You ain't even seeing that shorty been looking your way for a few seasons. You ain't even speak to him. You sitting there trying to appease somebody else that, man, some of you right now is trying to play cool, not trying to entertain somebody, based upon how somebody else is going to react against you. If they were so worried about you having other people around, say your parents, if your partner, your past partner is so concerned about you having somebody around your children, they should have played their position then. Either whether or not them not putting themselves in a situation where they actually was going to concede certain kids, or they played their position, meaning that they sat there and no longer was selfish and adhered to them. See, there's some of them that's going to make you feel bad, like, oh, well, you better not have what? I better not have what? I better not have somebody around my children who love them, who embraces them, who blends in with them, who appreciates them, who acknowledges them. Some of them going to threaten you, and it's like, man, I wish the fucks. What you doing? There's some people that's going to try and make life difficult for you, but you going to let them hold you hostage? You've been living your life for them. You going to keep doing that shit? No, you not. I'm going to tell you right now, no, you not. That past relationship, they done sat there and threatened you. If you leave, they gonna do this. But when you stay, what do they do to you? They talking about how they gonna hurt you if you leave, but they hurting you now. Physically, mentally, spiritually too. Sometimes they try to give that little threat. Whole time, God is not fond of that. When you think that you're gonna threaten the chosen one, and that you're not going to come correct, oh, best believe God's going to send certain karmic consequences your way. He's here to collect seed chosen ones. They can't keep you down. You heard me? They can't. Talking about, what? All right. They talking about, I wish you would. Well, guess what, motherfucker? You better rub this bottle, because I'm making wishes come true. Oh, I wish you would. Doop. It's already done. Once you make your mind up, you already made it. They talking, I wish you would find somebody else. Doop, they found somebody else. Shit, I found myself. That's the main thing. What you mean? Don't threaten, because you ain't going to like that. You got to be willing to let go of everything that the devil told you that they had for you in order to get what God has coming towards you. The devil is instability. The devil is inconsistency. The devil is insecurities. Nah. Are you willing to let go of that iffy shit for something that you know is guaranteed? I'm chosen one. When I tell you that I do not stress about anything, I promise you. And I mean that. I mean that. Because I know all I got to do is meet God halfway. All I got to do is do what I can that day, and God's going to make everything else work out. I know that for sure. Because 9 times out of 10 times he done did it before, and this 10th time he going to do it too. But it comes with time and patience. Are you going to believe what he said? Are you going to keep your eyes, again, like that game? Are you going to keep your eyes on that hand? Or are you going to allow the outside to distract you, get you caught off guard? No. You're not doing that no more. So what you about to start doing for you? Buying you clothes. There you are. You ain't bought yourself something in a long time. Buy yourself something. A shirt. Get your nails done. Shit. Get some lipstick. Something simple. Shit. Get some new drawers. You done had the same drawers in the past 3 relationships. Clear out that energy. You hear me? Clear it out. Buy something for yourself. Some of y'all don't even know your size because you ain't bought shit for your ass in a long time. That same little black bra in rotation, okay, we get it. Wash that shit and have another option. I understand that's your favorite. It has your shit. No. It's time for you to break down something else. Break that other wire in. Okay? Them biddies need to see new scenes. Okay? No. Them jeans, okay, we see what you was doing. But It's time to do something else. It's all right. You heard me. I'm not playing with you. You better start doing something slick for you. What you doing for you today? Did you brush that tongue today? Did you brush your mouth today? Huh? And don't try to cover your shit up now. Talk about, it ain't, no. If you was alone with you in that mask, would your eyes be watering right now? Got enough to talk shit and it looked like a baby leopard got the tooth fairy and stepped on your damn, stepped in some Doug shit and then stepped on your tongue? No. You out here talking shit, breath on shit. You better cut that out. That's why you talking so much shit. Because breath's on what the fuck is that? Huh? Breath's on you better not let a piece of that spit hit this lip. P.U. Not doing that. No, do your bundles stink right now? Wash it out. Spray it down. That Febreze is not hitting it. That whole Victorious, the secret's out. It's coming from that scalp. Get it. The braids is sour. You knew better than letting that shower water hit it when it was break. You know. No. Every time somebody give you a hug, that little kickback wind coming from your scalp, kicking the shit out of them. No. I'm not doing that. No, you're not doing that. You're not. You talking about ashy? What the fuck? No. When the last time? Oh, when you got somebody coming over, you got that oil slapped on you then, huh? You buttering up with that shea butter then. But your body's like, ain't seen no butter since it last seen that lover. You better start getting your shit together. You heard me. Lotion yourself. Lotion it out. Rub that shit on out. I'm not playing with you. You talking about you can't wait to hold hands with a motherfucker, but your hands is a little rough. That crease in there is a little white. What's going on? Was you on a chalkboard or not? I'm not, no. Do something for yourself. You talking, no. Them Crocs, they're dead. They on their last life. Swap them motherfuckers out. I don't care if you gotta get the fake Crocs or not. If you gotta get the Knox, it's okay. Better pay $8 for that shit. Them shits on their last life. They done been the hell and back, it look like. Cut it out. Them shits is, no. You got $30. You can call that Bud Man every time you need another little boost. You can buy that bottle when you need a boost. But that bundle when you need a boost. You got it. Get them shits up. Your feet. When you in the blanket, if you fucking around and you hear it on the blanket and you wondering what the fuck is somebody dragging they nail, it's you, motherfucker. It's you. Bust them down. Like, what's her name? Myra? What's her name? Off of Martin when she was on there in that damn nail salon buffing them bitches. Shanae when she was buffing them bitches down. Buff them down. Get them down. Because them heels is hollering. Them heels is, buff them motherfuckers down. They's asking you, did you have a damn cat? Because your shit is, no. Pertaining to you too. Wash that ass. You talking about, yes, you. It's time to wash that ass. You talking about you ain't go nowhere, but you done walk back and forth from that room to the refrigerator a few damn times. Wash that ass. All it takes is one little friction and that you gonna get a whiff of that. No. Get that shit together. Get them together. I'm not playing with you, chosen one. You better start doing shit for you. You ain't gotta have somebody to do it for. Who you doing it for? Me? The fuck? Me, myself, and I? What you mean? So get it together. Get cute. When they ask you who you getting cute for, look at them. Shit. Me? Me and whoever see. You know what I'm saying? Whoever wanna. Fuck out of here. But really, chosen one, seriously. Do things for you. Right? Get your ass outside. Unwind. You out? No. Go enjoy yourself. You stressing about everything. You gotta get that fucking in your system. See, some of y'all are smokers and you know when you hit that shit, you like, man, fuck that. They talking about the lights is off Tuesday. Well, fuck it. We gonna be candles then. We going back to the 1900s without that shit then. You heard me. You better get that fucking in your system. Stop stressing about that. It is what it is. What you can't do, well, God's gonna have it aligned. Do what you can, but what you can't, it'll get figured out. You talking about, oh, well, I got to pay this by then. You pay what you can pay. Do what you can do. But I'm trying to tell you, y'all better stop letting these people stress you. You out here trying to live for you. You didn't live for them. Them motherfuckers, they damn near on their, I ain't going to say it. Matter of fact, I'm going to say it. Them motherfuckers damn near on their deathbed. You still trying to live for them. What? So live for you, chosen ones. It's about you. This every day's your Earth Day. Every day's your birthday. How you celebrating it? Huh? You ain't cussed that motherfucker out yesterday like you wanted to? Or did you? If you did, you feel better about that shit, huh, now? So either way, it's a win-win. Yeah, you may not like that you called them all type of bald-headed ass names and talked about their mother and shit, but did Miss Margaret deserve it? Has Miss Margaret been talking that shit? Did Miss Margaret just needed to get a little dose of reality, huh? Oh, okay. Well, if Miss Margaret needed it, then God may have had you be the one who said it. Because everybody around's been saying how Miss Margaret's been telling you how to raise your kids, but Miss Margaret, 4 out of your 5 kids is booked as we speak. And the 5th one in the room right now stealing out your purse. So where the fuck are we? What are we doing here? Y'all, main thing chosen ones have to remember is not to react. Not everything needs a reaction. Because you got to think, if they are karmic, that means that they like toxicity. So that means if you match their toxicity, they think that you like them. What? That's like Helga. If Arnold was talking shit back to her, she all, oh, I'm in love. No. After y'all dealing with some Helga Patakis, or you may have been Helga Pataki. No. I'm not with that. Nope. So get it together. Love on you. Celebrate you. What you gonna do today? And you get social. Fuck. Get some friends. Shit, I had to say it to myself too. Like, damn, I need to get some friends. It ain't because I'm not a friendly person. It's just because the friends that I was with, I wasn't with that shit that they was with. I ain't no friends of mine gonna be out here entertaining married men and married women. No friend of mine's out here swindling, lying, talking behind. Nah, I ain't doing that shit. So, but it's time to be social. So go out there and be socializing then. Be social. Some of you are in the soul tribe in this room as we speak right now. Some of y'all making friends right now. Shit. Introduce yourself. Hey, what's your name? Oh, yeah. What they call you? Flirt. Some of y'all motherfuckers don't even know how to flirt no more. And I'm telling you, I've been practicing. I'm not gonna lie. Listen. But flirt. Speed. Allow people to see that you friendly. Shit. Flirt. I see North Carolina in the building. Listen. I'm trying to tell you. Because listen, this is what happened. Back in the day, I'm a very friendly person. So I used to find out, like, friends of mine, feminines and masculines, they used to fall in love with me just because I was just being me. So then I'm like, well, let me put my guard up a little bit because they falling in love and I thought we friends and I'm confused on what's happening right now. So I used to have to put a guard up, but no. Allow yourself to love. Be friendly. If there's certain people that you don't want to cross that line with, let them know. But chosen one, it's time to be friendly. It's time to be embracing. It ain't the time to be by yourself. You was isolated for the majority of your life just for this moment right now. So it's big trips that's happening. Big trips. You heard me. Big trips. So who you vibing with? Who you going out with? Huh? What you doing? Are you ready? I'm ready. And I'm ready to see y'all. So listen, I am going to go back to having certain events. So I definitely want to see y'all in attendance. Now, right now, the main areas that I will be going back and forth to would be, of course, North Carolina and Florida. I see ATL, but chosen ones. Last time I came to Atlanta, first of all, y'all's traffic is disrespectful. Second of all, they tax you for everything. If you gotta walk into the store, they try to charge you $30 to park there. I'm not with it. So I might, you know what I'm saying, come back to Atlanta. But I'm not coming if you're not coming to show. If y'all not going to present yourselves and be there, I'm not doing it. Because I told y'all before, I pay for all my shows and all my events, all the traveling expenses, the locations that I'm at, the food that gets presented at some events, all of that. I pay for that out of pocket. That comes out of my readings. You understand, my coaching session. So if y'all think I'm about to come there and be disrespected by Atlanta, with y'all's taxing that shit, you gotta breathe over in that corner. That's $5 for it. What? So yeah, but I'll be in Florida too. And I do want some of y'all, if this is something that y'all like to do, we could collaborate. I'm trying to tell you, stop playing with me. I'm trying to collaborate with y'all. Y'all got podcasts, as long as you ain't talking crazy. Because let me tell you, y'all already know, I don't play that shit. So you're not going to be talking crazy about God one day. I'll disrespect you on your own shit and then exit. You heard me? Psych, nah, I'm playing. But nah, I'm not playing. But no, seriously, let me know. I'll be in Florida. Y'all already know Florida. Chicago, I said I was going to come to you, but y'all y'all got a lot going on. But yeah, Florida, I'm there. Y'all better show up too. I'm not playing with y'all. Okay? I love you. Also, for those who may not be able to travel right now, I'm going to be hosting certain virtual courses as well, all right? So we got the intro to self-love, how to work on your gifts, how to remove certain toxic cycles. I'm going to have them all available. And when I do, the link will be in my bio. So just click it. You know how you see all them TikTokers like, click the link in my bio. I ain't trying to sell you shit. I'm going to tell you everything that you want to know is the link in my bio. So if you want a coaching session, it's there. If you want to know as far as my social medias, it's there. You want to rewatch live replays, it's there. If you want to collab, hit me up and we'll work it out. You heard me? So I got you, but I love you. But if you ever have a question, now everybody asking what part of Florida all over, but mainly like Orlando, you know, and been in Jacksonville for a minute, but you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I promise you. So I'll be there all over. So all of Florida and all of the Carolinas. You heard me? So I got you. I'll let y'all know when it's available. But message me. I love y'all so much. I'm excited for y'all. Y'all got love coming in and don't even know it. I'm like, Y'all got abundance coming in. Y'all don't even know it. Y'all got friendships. People hyping you up and they on the same path as you coming. I'm like, ooh. I'm telling you, I'm excited. Y'all don't even know. Some of you do, but you don't know when it's going to happen, and it's a lot sooner than you think, all right? So I love you so much. Thank you so much for all that you do. I appreciate you. This your soft girl era. This your soft boy era. So therefore, love on yourself. Let people see you for who you are. Let them see you. Your ass need to be seeing you beautiful. I love you. I'm going to upload this live later on my YouTube. But thank you so much for all that y'all do. I appreciate you, babies. Y'all continue to be great. I'm going to be back here. I'm going to be back here in the evening tomorrow. So probably like 5 or 6 because my readings that I have tomorrow, I always like to handle them ahead of time. So I'll have them sent out to you. For those who have readings tomorrow, unless it's a coaching session, because I have to talk to you right there in real time. But for readings, I knock out your readings as soon as you send me that picture of you. I just had to see you. It ain't no weirdo shit. It's just I gotta see you like I'm talking to you. I'll read you, relay what I need to you when you good. So I appreciate you, babies. Y'all continue to be great. If you need me, you know how to reach me. Be great.